Well, listen, these deals on infrastructure that have gone out are not just bipartisan, but they are also bicameral. And it was made
That means
very
House
clear.
and Senate.
Yes, that means House and Senate. And so it was made very clear at the beginning of this process that this bipartisan deal, if it even survives the Senate, the only chance that it has at passing the House is if the House passes the Senate bill and if the Senate passes the House bill, which is largely in reconciliation. And so we can't just have one body driving the entire legislative agenda for the country and frankly 20 senators that within that one body. And so we need a reconciliation bill if this bipartisan bill is going to if we want this bipartisan bill to pass.
But the bottom line is we've got a bill that 80% of the public we have a bill that mostly every Democrat and every Republican should be supporting, but the infrastructure bill. So we'll see. It should fall or rise on its own. I really have said that.
But what you're saying is the House should pass their infrastructure, and then you go through the process, you meld it, and the president votes on it.
Yeah.
They shouldn't hold it up.
I would not think that would be the best thing to do for the public right now. We're trying to show the whole world that we can operate. We're trying to show the country that we're back and we can do things in a bipartisan way.
Let me ask you about this budget bill. It has inside of it a lot of the president's priorities. It's clocked in at about $3.5 trillion. You've expressed some concerns about that cost. Is it the cost or is it paying for it that you...
Well, they're saying it's all paid for. Now, if it's all paid for, you look at it in a different light. Okay, there's a lot of great things in there. I've seen that some of the things that need to be done and we all want to be done. But you get to the point like you do in your own private life, what can you afford to pay for?
But the biggest problem is Nancy Pelosi has said she's going to handcuff the two together, the real infrastructure with this spending monstrosity, which is reckless tax and spending.
So just to be clear, this is a bill almost 3,000 pages long, and you haven't seen much of it. You don't really know what's in there.
Well, we're still looking for the details of it. The parts I've seen that are concerning to me, and I'm from Wyoming, an energy state. Again, this is a bipartisan bill. I have concerns about the energy component, where the Democrats have insisted that the model for energy ought to be the California model. Well, Maria, in California, electricity prices are the highest in the country. They have their ongoing blackouts. They have this approach that I think is not the right one for America. We have gone from an energy dominant nation now under President Biden, we're becoming much more energy dependent, and I think it's the wrong direction to go.
Will it have at least 10 Republican senators to vote for it?
I believe that it will. This bill is good for America. Every senator can look at bridges and roads and need for more broadband, waterways in their state, seaports, airports, and see the benefits, the very concrete benefits, no pun intended, of this legislation. It's going to make us more competitive, more productive. It's going to create good jobs.
Can I just ask you a yes or no question? Should Congress pass this even if this is the only infrastructure bill that is passed? Or should this basically be held up unless you get both?
We think Congress should pass both, and the president looks forward to signing both.
Now, I know the infrastructure deal that they're talking about, and Manchin said they're going to introduce it today. They're going to bring out the language. Is obviously a lot smaller than you wanted, a lot smaller than a lot of your fellow progressives wanted. It still does include things that you like, including funding for electric vehicle charging stations, public transit, clean water systems, broadband, more. When it comes before the House, as it looks like will happen, will you vote for it?
We have to hold on to that. We have to hold on to that bargain. If there is not a reconciliation bill in the House, and if the Senate does not pass the reconciliation bill, we will uphold our end of the bargain and not pass the bipartisan bill until we get all of these investments in.